Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's Down and Dirty. We're going to talk about how to be efficient in a loader in a stockpile situation. So whether you're in a pit or a quarry, or if you are on a job site where you're just loading out of stockpiles, there's an efficient, quick way to do things. And then there's the way people do things that don't really know how to run a loader. Yeah, I said it. It is what it is, guys. So let's flip to the top-down view. So what we've got here is we're going to have our Sharpie marker represent the face of our pile that we're pulling from. We have a nice on-road truck here. And if you notice, I did not back him in perpendicular to the face. I backed him in at a little bit of an angle with the nose away from my loader. There's a reason we're doing this. One of the key concepts when it comes to loading out of stockpiles and going for maximum efficiency in a loader is when we go forward into the pile to load our bucket to backing up to line up on the truck, you don't want more than about 2 full tire rotations of movement, or else you're wasting time. So let me demonstrate. So what we've got here is we're going to go into our pile. We're going to take us a nice big scoop. We're going to load up. And then notice my machine is cocked a little bit. I'm not necessarily always going to be straight on going into the pile. So always make sure you monitor wheel spin. Before, I'm just going to cut you off in the comments right now. Always make sure you're watching for wheel spin. But you don't necessarily have to go into the pile straight. Get your bucket and get loaded up. And then you're going to notice we've got 1 rotation, 2 actually that's about a 1.5 rotation right there. And if we stop, if you notice, all I have to do is crank over and I am perfectly lined up with my truck. Boom up, dump. Now we're going to go 1 rotation and there's about a 1/2 rotation. You don't even need full 2 rotations, in all honesty. You can get away with 1.5 if you're really good. And again, stop. We don't need to get totally lined up in our loader with the pile. All you got to do is crank that wheel over. Drop our boom in our bucket, and look at there. We're back into it for another bucket. I'm going to put my finger back on the wheel again. There's 1 rotation there. And there's a 1/2 rotation. That's 1.5 rotations, and look at how much room I have. In an actual loader, this is going to feel a lot tighter and a lot closer than we are. But at the same time, 1.5 to 2 tire rotations is all you're going to need. And then we're just going to crank that wheel over, and you're going to go in, boom, right into your truck. That is how you load a truck efficiently. We can, if you've got enough room, you can crank that wheel over, and you can take the time to get straight on your pile. But as I've demonstrated in multiple videos on this channel, you can go search for them. You do not necessarily have to be straight on a pile, and you don't have to floor that thing to the absolute max to get maximum power to get a full bucket. Getting a full bucket in a loader is all about technique. And so if you are using the excuse that I need to get straight on the pile, and that's why I am backing up totally off screen here, my God, you're 3 miles away from the truck because I need to come in totally straight to this pile, you're doing it wrong. It's all about cycle time and efficiency when it comes to loading piles. And by the way, I'm going to keep my engine revved up pretty good through this whole process because you're going to need a lot of hydraulic flow for both getting the bucket, and then as we're backing up, I'm riding my clutch pedal, but I'm almost at full throttle as I'm backing away from the pile because we got to get these boom arms up in time, because now that we've gotten real tight to the truck, we got to get these boom arms up because I'm not going that far, and then I'm going to spin over. And if you time this just right, you're actually going to have your boom arms coming up, and as you're driving over the truck, you're just clearing the truck with your boom arms. And then we're going to give her just a little bit of gas once we've dumped our load out into the truck. Give her just a little bit of gas just to bring that bucket level. Don't curl it all the way, guys. We don't need to waste time, because what's going to happen when we go to the face? Guess what? Oh, well, now I got to uncurl again. So don't curl all the way. You're also wasting time by curling all the way. Get that bucket to where it's just level so that you're going to clear your side rails, and then start to drop it down. And most loaders are going to have a detent where it will do a return to dig, and it's actually going to level that bucket right where it needs to be. And look at there, you're back into your pile. So that's all there is to it. There's no magic mystical science to running a loader super efficiently. And I'll tell you right now, when you get good at this, You can be fast. You can load a truck in no time flat, and you will impress the snot out of your superintendent because you actually know what you're doing, instead of being one of those yahoos that backs 3 miles away from the truck because they got to get perfectly square, perfectly aligned every single time. Loaders are very, very stable. They don't feel like it when you first get into them, because all of us have been in a loader, or all of us who have been in a loader. I mean, these are tires. You're going to get some sway in this machine, especially when you've got some speed and then you start to crank that wheel over. There's going to be some sway. It's okay. This is on pneumatic tires. Your tires are flexing a little bit. That sway is totally normal. You are not about to tip. When you're about to tip in a loader, you know you're about to tip in a loader. But a little bit of sway back and forth is not going to tip you. You can carry a little bit of speed. You can get a little more aggressive, and you don't have to come to a complete stop before you crank the wheel over. Smooth, safe movements will get you speed, and you will be loading trucks in no time flat. So as always, I hope this helps. I hope this gets you a little better idea of what's going on these job sites and why quarries are having you back in a certain way, or the loader operator has you with the nose away from them when you're driving your truck. Or obviously, if you run a loader, hopefully this makes you quicker, faster, more efficient, and gets you a raise. So that being said, thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next one.